What's up, everybody? Mogi on Monster here, along with the fabulous Stevie B. She's still fabulous this week.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF, as we like to call it. Fellas, what's happening?
Gentlemen, what's going on?
Good to see you all. Danny, Lee,
Jim, Northwood?
Jim, Northwoods. It's the Sausage Fest.
Jesus.
No,
Woo! No.
that's on me, though, because... That's on me because I forgot to...
Sorry.
Just had sausage for dinner last night.
I know. Woohoo.
Jamie, what's up? Yeah, I didn't. I forgot to
Post the show.
Yeah, to like a minute before. I was like,
about to log
I'm like, I gotta go live, and it's not going live.
He's
It's
about
record.
to start the show, and it's just not there.
No, that's all right. What are you guys up to tonight, man? I mean, I know you're here for the next 30 seconds at least.
However long before we chase you away. How's everybody's day? Anybody do anything exciting today?
I know a lot of people are getting some rain, some severe storms from, well, here in Florida, we have some severe storms happening. We might get some more, but all the way up to Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Dover, Delaware got hit with a tornado today, this evening. Careful out there. There's some severe weather going on.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Bunch of, I think a tornado, there was a water spout in Maryland, or tornado in Maryland, I believe.
I heard Pennsylvania and I immediately thought of Val.
All right.
Yeah.
This was actually Philadelphia had a tornado warning.
That's wicked.
Yeah. And
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
yeah. And I guess what's that? Delaware County's right there in Pennsylvania, right above Delaware. I think it's north of Philly. Danny, he says, I look on the bright side of at least this storm's cooled it off here. It cooled it off here too.
For now.
They came through, it was what?
I said for now.
Oh no, but it was like 92 when they started to come through, and then it was 74 the last time I looked.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't run my AC coming home from work. That's the first time since probably January.
Oh, that's pleasant to see or read, Richie. What's up, Richie? He's picking his nose and rubbing his belly at the same time. Looking for a place to hide the booger.
Enjoy. Keep your hands away from your mouth.
Wash your hands when you're done. If it's pork sausage you are talking about, you will be offending the enemies of the civilized world. Yeah, they were big fat pork sausages, weren't they? Good.
They were.
Yeah, fuck thine enemies.
Danny said, we've been in the hundreds all week. Now it's 78 outside.
Nice. Enjoy it.
Hey, Nelson. Good to see you.
What's up, Nelson?
Let's see what temperature.
Yeah, we with these storms we've been getting really severe winds.
It's currently 75 out. It feels like 82. 91% humidity.
Yeah, I think if you can pull up your radar, check that out. I think there's some more stuff coming through. But it's going good, man. Going good. Mr. Lee says, Mo's how's the keto going? Yeah, tomorrow is day 21, so 3 weeks. And that was another reason we were running late. I got a little late start on cooking dinner. And I made pork chops, of course. I made bacon. so I'm pissing some enemies off.
Pork on pork.
And I breaded it with pork rinds. So
Pork on pork on pork.
we're just full blown pigging out. But thank you, Mr. Lee, because I wouldn't have known about the pork rinds using as breading to be used as breading until you said something,
Why, what's the matter?
told us about it. Smokey, what's up? Good to see you. Maya probably has to go out.
The chopper.
Get to the chopper. Now you guys can probably hear that.
That's very low. Oh no, that's a boat. And they're probably that airboat.
That is an airboat. But I hope they're not out there like spraying
Why would they do it this late at night?
because they're idiots.
That's that same boat that came out.
Sorry, we're just checking out that.
I'll be back.
She's good.
Well, last time
There's an airboat 50 feet off, or now about 100 feet off my.
last time they came out,
Back to
I
her.
walked out there and they went away.
No, they're not. They might be looking for gators. Anyway, I'd show you, but you wouldn't be able to see. I can't like zoom in with this camera. But yeah, that was an airboat pulling in. I made halushka. What the fuck is halushka? You got to tell me. And then with the pork chops, I made steamed vegetables, just broccoli, carrots, mushrooms, and I love putting Old Bay on it and some dehydrated onions. And they rehydrated steam, and then put cheese on top of that. So yeah. Roger, what's up? Yeah, Stevie just ran outside to check out on a boat. Big old airboat just pulled up with spotlights, and to me, they look like they might have been gator hunting, but I don't know. A lot of times they use an airboat to come through and spray the weeds, and that didn't look like it was set up for that. Because there were like two guys sitting with headlamps, and one was up front, one was in the back driving. It was weird. Richie, I do too, but in a salad. As far as loving your veggies raw, I like to steam them. When I detoxed, well, 9 years ago, that's all I ate was raw vegetables, dude, and some nuts and just certain things that were good for my inside. Bacon, cabbage, onion. Oh, nice. Red cabbage, of course, I hope. We used to go to this German restaurant in Hastings, Minnesota. And their schnitzels in there was fabulous. So it always came with red cabbage. It was awesome. So what's up with the?
Looks like they might have dropped somebody off, but they're idiots. They just skimmed the wall of the park and full blast. Vroom, took off.
Oh, really?
Spraying everything behind them. You know how airboats.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, probably 2 feet in front of the wall.
Ben, what's happening?
They plowed right through the lilies right there.
Airboats don't do the damage.
Oh, you see the path.
No, but they don't do any damage. They go over the top where the motors pull them out and chop them up, and he's just skipping over everything.
So all the rain is to the north of us, up around Gainesville.
Smokey says, I'm from Minnesota. Right on. Whereabouts? Danny says, I like moonshine and shrooms for my inside. Well, one of them's raw. Let me do this. Links in chat. Anybody wants to come hang out? You know what to do with it. Yeah, I'm actually considering getting some herbicides, pellet form for water, and just dose 20 yards out, about 10 yards over along the wall, because it is so inundated with weeds right now. I want to talk to one of these guys, out here that sprays, because they'll know, I hope, what they're spraying, and find out what's the best way to get rid of it.
Yeah, we got to do something because it's going to be coming over the wall soon.
Those I might have to. I don't know.
It's already coming over half the back of our yard.
I might be able to pull them. We have these reeds that are growing up, and
Right now they're
this
full.
year everything is just blew up. It's just growing everywhere.
Right now they're full of frogs.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
they're that close, I don't like it that
fuck it.
they're that close. Walk back there and
Have them jumping up on you.
no, God, no.
I've had it happen. Not here.
I don't like it.
Big old Cuban tree frog land on your head. Gary, what's happening? Good to see you.
Hey, I'm gonna say it again,
Zombie Forest, what's up? Rock salt for, what did I say?
gentlemen.
I know. Is there one woman in here?
Me, just me.
You know what? Back her up, fellas. She's my co-host. My best friend.
Oh.
Benjamin, what's up?
Hello, how y'all doing?
All right, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I already went to bed, but I woke up, so I decided, let me see if Mogs is on. So yeah, sure enough.
Why would you think otherwise?
The archives, what's up?
That's what I was looking for. I knew I saw somebody new or different.
No, we just had an airboat in the backyard pull up.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, those things don't even touch. They don't.
they
Yeah,
just skim right over the top of that.
they skid right over everything.
Smokey, no, I'm not, brother. I about 11, 12 years ago, I lived in Wisconsin for a little while, right on the border, Prescott, Wisconsin, right across from Hastings, Minnesota, for about a year and a half.
No shit. How was that?
Andrew,
What, up
Cold.
Minnesota, up in Wisconsin?
Yeah, cold.
Cold as fuck, man.
Yeah, I bet.
However,
I bet.
I want to bring Stevie up there to go fishing.
Okay.
Because, man, the St. Croix River, where it meets the confluence with the Mississippi River,
Yeah.
has some fishing in it, man. I mean, I would fish just this 100-yard, like size of a football field, as long as 100 yards long, as wide as the river was. I don't know, and just so many different species, from catfish to walleye to
Catfish, walleye, pike, muskie.
yeah,
Yeah.
northern muskie,
Perch, like actual perch.
crappie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, perch. The occasional, what's that prehistoric one?
Oh, bullpen.
No. The
Sturgeon.
sturgeon.
That's what I
Yeah.
Yeah, just amazing fishing. But the smallmouth was
Oh, smallmouth. Dude, I want to catch one of those before I die.
You never bought one?
No,
Oh.
they do not have those in South Louisiana.
When you get some vacation time.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. It's coming up
We will
soon.
go find some smallmouth.
They are fast tracking the shit out of me, bro. God damn.
Right on, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that's good, but I mean, like next week, I just took that test last month. So, and then this month, like next week, I'm going Monday through Friday to a class because they never had somebody pass it without taking a class before. But, really, they sent me to,
So now I got to send you back.
so they sent me to a class for the next level. And I am going next week, Monday through Thursday. I have to drive a little bit. It's not too bad. It's an hour drive, but yeah, I take the class on Friday. I mean, I take the test on Friday. So, and then we're gonna see what happens. But that's still
He gets
not.
tired. He's gonna take 3 tests and like 2 promotions,
And
and he
run
hasn't
the place.
worked in the spot for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I can do it.
No,
I can
man.
do it.
Fucking hey, dude. I'm thrilled for you.
Miss
Yeah,
Sharon.
man, I appreciate that.
Morning.
Andrew, good to see you.
Can't see chat anymore. So hey,
Hey,
Karen guy,
No,
Andrew.
2 hours.
I had a good time the other day on the show.
Johnson Creek, Wisconsin is where I tried walleye in Northern Pike. Pinecone Restaurant, I-94, 267.
Pike? They serve that?
Well, yeah, I guess it would be Northern Pike. I mean, you can fillet them, but it's just tricky.
No, I mean, but there's this whole thing of like game fish versus like commercial fish. So I don't know where,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like Culver's down here occasionally, and probably everywhere, but they do a
Once a year they do a
once a year
walleye.
a walleye fish sandwich. So
Wow.
so that somebody's catching walleye commercially. I
Okay.
would guess, you know.
Yeah, they would have to be.
I'm assuming it's walleye.
I mean,
and not Kopi.
Yeah.
yeah.
Kopi is what they call another name they came up with for silver carp. Those big fish that jump out of the water and knock you out of the boat.
What is it called? Kopi?
Kopi. They changed the name because their
Of course.
production for restaurants and shit. Because it's it's a good fish. Because it's a vegetarian. It's not a bottom feeder.
Yeah, yeah.
The flesh is really good. So restaurants decided, or whoever decided, to call it Kopi, as in copious, meaning a lot. Kopi, and they they have Kopi tacos on the menu, or Kopi this, or Kopi that.
COPY?
Yeah, COPI.
COPI, okay. I've never heard of that.
We just heard it.
That was their
not
attempt
long ago.
to relabel. Carp.
Yeah, rebrand it. Yeah.
Zombie Force, what's happening?
Hey, Zombie, what's going on, brother?
There
What's that, bro?
goes the show. I said, oh shit, there goes the show.
Let's hope not. Just started. And what did you just say,
What's
Ben?
up?
Not much, man. Same old, same old. It's only been 2 days since the last time.
¿Qué pasa, Mo Capitan Culion?
Que pasa? That's, first of all, that's like Spanish. And then you're gonna start talking about a couillon. It's not a couillon, it's a couillon.
What is that, like a croissant? Is that like a bagel?
No. A couillon is what you would call a jackass. Yeah.
A fool.
You know, You know, cudio means ass in Spanish.
Oh, okay. All right.
Cuyo.
Yeah, but couillon is like it's like a. I don't think it's really. It's a French word. It's a French spelling, but I don't. I think it's bastardized because of the Cajuns had their own Cajun French.
So it's
So
regional.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So a couillon is like an idiot, So
Like you said, a fool.
yeah, yeah.
And you the captain.
Hmm. On this show, I am.
Couillon means bottom in French. Coull. Spelled the same? According to Mr. Lee.
Okay.
But, what do I know?
Yeah, cudio.
Probably where it comes from.
Cudio in Spain is Spanish, Latin for end, and cabeza is the
Head.
head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Richie, no, I haven't tried that burger. I have to. If I order anything, I got to get it without the bun because I'm doing the keto.
How's that working, man?
Good, man. It's working good.
Yeah, me too. I lost 40 pounds since I started working.
Right on.
Yeah, in 3 months, dude.
I'm.
That's awesome, Ben.
Thank you, Steve.
Tomorrow's 3 weeks,
Okay.
and I'm probably. Getting close to 15 pounds.
Yeah, man. I could see it.
Yeah, that's where it goes first.
Yeah, I see that. I see that right there. Yeah.
This I got to get rid of,
Yeah.
The gut
It'll
and the
happen. It'll
handles.
happen. Yeah.
Well, the last time I did it, I dropped 50 pounds.
Okay.
And then, I just jumped off the wagon. I didn't fall off. I jumped.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Flip and landed on my
Yeah.
feet. And
Yeah.
then yeah, no. It doesn't. I know what to expect as far as the diet itself. I don't even call it a diet. It just eliminated a lot of shit.
Yeah. It really helps my stomach like be calmer. So it's more controlled.
Drake, what's up? I eat like once a day because if I snack, it's going to be like a hard-boiled egg. Along those lines, something just simple, carrot sticks, whatever.
Yeah.
Peanuts or some beef stick. Just I'm not. I mean, sometimes I don't eat any of that. I just go like 16 hours until I eat.
Oh yeah, you do fasting too, right?
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's not. It's not on purpose.
I was going to say it's not intentional.
I mean,
Okay.
I've been doing it for a long time, eating
Right.
like this, but it's just I get up and go, and I don't worry about eating until about till the time I have to cook dinner.
Ah, yeah. I get lightheaded if I don't eat like
I do too.
yeah, I get lightheaded if I don't eat like breakfast
Get a headache.
and lunch and then supper.
I'll get a headache if I go all day without eating.
What's up, Mike? Yeah, I just once in a blue moon I'll get like not a hunger cramp, but just it'll growl a little. And I'm like, all right. Go buy
Yeah.
a piece of cheese and I'll eat.
You guys might hate me for this little statement I'm going to make, but somewhere around 1981, 1982, you remember the popular science magazines and how they, I think they might, I don't know if they still have a popular science magazine or not.
I was like 4 years old.
I remember Popular Mechanics.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah, there was a Popular Mechanics and there was a Popular Science magazine, but somewhere around 1982, I was graduating from school and, well, college actually, and I read an article in there that was published by the Food and Drug Administration Board of Directors.
Hmm.
There were some real good doctors involved in it, but the digestion of food, and the 8-hour period it takes to digest a solid food. If you eat a candy bar or anything, it takes 8 hours for your body to have that fully digested.
From one end to
So
the other.
how it changed my life, was if you stop and consider whenever you eat dinner in the afternoon, try to eat at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. It's
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah.
And then whenever you wake up in the morning, don't eat a heavy meal. Just stick with something light, and you're easy to digest. It's going to give you energy. But a lot of people, they eat breakfast, they snack in between breakfast and lunch, then they eat lunch, then they eat an afternoon snack, then they eat dinner. But then, if you read the article, it changed my life because the sheer digestion of food shortens your lifespan because your body has to work 24 hours a day just digesting food. So you got to imagine how much energy that takes away from your daily routine. So people that eat a lot of heavy foods have a tendency to get tired faster. But then I'm going to stop talking here in a second, but it's a known fact, like in the Roman armies and all the old armies of the past, their energy came from more grain products than meat products. They ate meat, but their stamina came from grain products and vegetables.
Wouldn't that be because of that was what was readily available?
Yeah.
No, it was easy to transport grain. It was easy to transport grain. It was accounted. They accounted for every soldier and every meal, so it was pretty well organized, to feed the
Oh,
troops.
that's what he just
You
said
know,
about readily available.
yeah,
As opposed to,
Like, so the food pyramid published back then was completely upside down right now, as we know it. They didn't have the science. They said like eat all your grains and breads and stuff like that, and that was a healthy. You know, that's the way
yeah,
you need to eat. And
the whole
now it's changed. Yeah,
yeah.
the food pyramid is completely different now.
I've eliminated basically the whole fucking food pyramid.
Yeah,
yeah. Meat gives you. If you just sit here and I say I'm gonna eat a big thick steak every day and then maybe a couple of pieces of bread and some water, then you're going to be perfectly healthy and it'll sustain you. But it's like Captain was saying, whenever you start sticking with the 4 food groups like people were taught, then it's like we all know it. The United States is probably one of the most obese countries in the whole world, because of people being overweight because, food is so readily and available, it just
and
is.
yeah, and the cheaper ones are like grain-based foods. And so that's really available. Even like potatoes and shit like that. That is, your body will store potatoes and burn things like a sugar. Like it well, the way your body works is so when you ingest like sugars and carbs and shit like that, your body will go to burn that first.
And
It'll-
but the body turns the carbs into sugars, dude.
Yeah, it does. I know it does.
I'm gonna,
You sugar craving? Going yet?
but that's what I eliminated was carbs and sugars.
Yeah. So your body has to burn fat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also, your liver starts producing ketones, and it helps with everything else. And I put my liver through hell in the past.
Yeah. I'm there right now.
I was gonna say you're still putting it through hell.
Yeah.
So let me get the chat for a little bit here.
All right, buddy.
He says New Science magazine was popular here in the 80s. I never eat before bed, and I don't eat breakfast, says Mr. Lee.
Mm. Well, I heard that you have to, like, your metabolism has to get started by breakfast, right?
I would. I don't know. This is what I wanted to ask. Mr. Lee says, I started having sugar-free electrolytes in the morning instead of black coffee now. What is that? Is that a powder you put in water?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
And it's just electrolytes? See, that's probably what I need.
Yeah, I drink that every morning, every single morning.
Okay.
What is it that you drink?
But at work, so I do drink 2 cups of coffee, which I know is a diuretic. So I wake like up an hour before I gotta leave for work. I sit there and drink my 2 cups of coffee to wake me up. But then when I get to work, there are like powdered electrolytes. So I have shit to sweat out, you know?
Sure.
So yeah, and I mean sugar free, and I put that in there, and I feel good like until lunch.
You need liquid IV.
Chris and I were talking about it earlier today about the difference between spring water and purified water,
Okay.
because he had thrown some spring water in my cooler, and I already had purified water in there.
I'd rather have spring water.
Absolutely. But we were discussing he was saying us purified water,
It's just tap water run through a filter.
Probably so.
but there's so much shit removed from it that I've heard certain waters. I don't know if it was with the reverse osmosis systems or whatever.
Well, no.
Dead water. It doesn't have any benefit as far as the minerals and stuff.
No, but it's still the hydration your body needs because
Sure.
your body is all water.
But
So
it absorbs it differently or something. Without
Yeah. Well,
You need liquid IV.
so that's what I'm asking about the electrolytes and
yeah, dude.
Because
Like,
put it this way, I work today. I'll let you speak in a second. I worked today. Wasn't a long day. Didn't sweat my ass off. It was hot, but we weren't there that long. Or I wasn't there that long. Where the rain moved in, it got us off the dock. I came home. I took a fucking nap, and I was woken up because my feet were cramping and my legs.
yes. So even though you didn't sweat, it's
I drank.
Yeah. It's the electrolytes, man. Because like even though you didn't sweat a lot today, it's like going back a couple days and a couple weeks and a couple months, right?
What do you mean?
So it's taking the electrolytes out of your body. Electrolytes are basically sodium and different other things. So when you sweat, it's salty because it's fucking sodium.
Christy, what's up?
And so like purified water is water run through a filter. It could be groundwater or it could be well water. But spring water is gonna be well water, which does have a lot more I would say contaminants in it, which takes a different you have to process it a little bit more.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, that's my fucking job.
No, I believe you. You know, not questioning it, but it really was a question.
But
It's like a question mark at the end of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like taking certain medications and drugs. It's not the drug. What Captain's saying, it's not the drug that's hurting you. It's the what uh, carries it. It's the what's the word for that? It's
I don't quite
what the
follow
pill is
you.
made. What the pill is made out of. It's not what's in the pill. It's the there's a word
Ingredients.
they use for that, but
I don't know what
but
you
it's a
mean.
delivery. It's basically the delivery system of the medication. It comes in a powder form, and it's mixed in with the powder. The powder form. See, like if you get somebody that's bad, takes a lot of bad drugs, you know how it messes their skin up because their skin tries to excrete all of that stuff coming out skin pores and stuff. That's pretty much what Captain's saying. It means it's the delivery form. And then if it's like every day in my refrigerator, I've got a fresh gallon, a 1 gallon container of clear water. And believe me, if you take the time to drink 1 gallon of water every single day, no matter what, 1 gallon of water, you'll get to feeling a whole lot better. You know, it just it has a
But it's got to be the
purified
right.
water has a way to purified water and flush your system. It flushes your skin, your pores, everything, man, your bowels, anything inside your body. You know, water is the source. You know, 1 gallon. That's a lot to some people, but a whole gallon every day.
Probably sweat out a gallon in a day.
Well, you need to replenish it,
Yeah.
man.
I'm always a dude. I always have a cooler with me. I have water on ice all the time.
But I mean, even like a Gatorade, something with electrolytes. You don't drink that.
Nope.
Gatorade Light or with zero carbohydrates.
I don't. It's. I'm not doing any sugars, any form of sugar. No sugar
No.
substitutes.
I'm not talking. Oh, no sugar substitute.
I'm not doing anything. Do nothing. I don't want to taste sweet. I don't want to. You know.
Okay. Well, everything that you're gonna drink will have at least a sugar substitute if it's not gonna be sugar.
Dude, all I drink is water and coffee. That's it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Then that's it. And that's it. That's all I
Yeah,
drink.
that's me. I drink water,
But I'll add something
water,
like
coffee.
if one of those electrolytes, I'll add that. If you know. If it's,
Yeah, but it has a sugar substitute because it has to taste like something.
no, not for me. But
I mean, not for you, but for most
depends on
people.
what's in it. You know what I'm saying? I'd have to look. I'm sorry. Zombie, what were you saying?
Yeah, that's me. I drink strictly water, coffee, or green tea. That's it. That's all I drink. I don't drink sodas. I don't drink Gatorades. I don't drink sweeteners.
I
don't
thought of
drink
adding
any of
green
that.
tea. I thought about that.
But the way water is, it's filtered and purified. It's taken all of the minerals out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and those are the things that will, like sodium, those are the things that are electrolytes.
Well, I'll have to put them back.
I mean, dude, like one of the best things.
I'll find one that I can use. I'm not really sweating that.
I'm telling you, liquid IV.
Liquid IV.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah, but it has at least sugar or a sweetener. I mean, you can drink, you can buy pickle juice and drink it.
This is true. I have, and I've done that, and I don't know why I didn't think of that until you just mentioned it. I used to do it.
Yeah,
But it slipped my mind.
you can do that.
No shit. I forgot about
You know, sometimes people, I do too. I concentrate on my pH balance and my bloodstream and everything, and I keep my pH balance just a little bit high because
Alkaline.
the pH balance in your blood system it has a it has an adverse effect on bacteria, so
Being
you
alkaline.
check your
Yeah.
pH balance. Yeah.
But I don't get into that. I don't do numbers. I don't tests. I don't do,
Well, dude, all there is like it's a 0 to 14 scale. Less than 7 is acidic. More than 7 is alkaline, and it goes to 14. And they say it's better to drink alkaline water. That's been popular for a while, but
a 9.6 or
Nah.
whatever. Anything
Nah.
above is better.
I mean, I wouldn't say that high. I wouldn't
No,
go above a 9 because, like, drinking water has to be between 7 and 9. I wouldn't go above a 9.
They have
They
it's out
sell
there.
9.6 is very popular.
Really, I bet it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Sharon guy, I don't know
You
if
can
I said
tell a lot
hello.
about your.
A lot about what?
You can tell a lot about your pH. You can tell a lot about your pH balance in the morning when you first get up in the morning and you go in the bathroom and take a piss. If it's real aromatic, if it smells, if it has a real urine smell to it, the strong urine smell is a sign of too high of a pH balance in your system.
Okay.
So I just want to say all this is
That's
for
why when
entertainment
some,
purposes only.
Absolutely. This is for entertainment
all
purposes only.
opinion.
Opinion.
yeah,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we're not professionals.
No.
We're not even in the medical field. We just
Having a
speak from
conversation.
about our own experiences.
Yeah, we just bullshitting, really. That's it.
I say that because years ago, a show got removed years later that was a similar conversation of someone talking about their experience with their health, and it got dinged from YouTube because
Medical misinformation.
medical
or some
misinformation
shit.
or some bullshit.
Wow. Okay.
So, I just wanted to put that out there.
Mr. Lee said sugar subs are bad. You can get 0 sugar electrolytes in the supermarket. I drink green tea all day long. Right on. David, what's up? Bumping the night monsters.
Hey, David.
Bumping in the night monsters.
Bumping in the night.
There's
Okay.
Chris. What's up, brother?
Sup?
So,
Sup, Chris? Yeah, sugar.
Somebody wants to pop on. All 9 of you watching, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Slow night.
Hey. All right. 9 friends hanging out.
That's it. Pull up a chair.
Exactly.
Smoke them if you got them.
You put 9 people in a room, that's a party.
Somebody pass the pretzels. What?
I said you put 9 people in a room, that's a party. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anything that's flavored that has 0 sugar will have a sugar substitute,
Indeed.
except for pickle juice.
Chris, check out what WTF Mike just wrote. I just drink distilled water and coffee. That was part of our conversation, was distilled water as well. He was like, I never drink. I was always told not to drink distilled water. I was like, I don't know about that. It's just
Distilled is like with 0 minerals because people use it. Yeah. You're right.
You're just superheating or heating it to steam and passing the steam through a coil to cool it off, and you end up with just pure water at the end.
Yeah.
Sharon,
it's funny when
be safe driving.
Please.
That's a funny discussion, but even when the company Kellogg's came out, what really made them more popular was when they incorporated the daily recommended doses of vitamins. So they started, they started embedding vitamins into their cornflakes. That's when way back in history when the Kellogg's and the Nabisco, was it Nabisco or whoever it was, the flour people that made flour and meal,
I believe it was General Mills.
General
I might-
Mills, yeah,
Um,
and they were at
Go ahead.
war with each other. Yeah,
well, Kellogg's, when they started off, they were a retreat. It was a health retreat, and they were serving these cornflakes there. That's where it started, and from there it branched out. But they were originally they had this health retreat before I think they got really into the food.
Mr. Lee said if you're getting cramps in the morning, add more salt to your diet. Just saying.
Well, that's what sodium is.
Yeah. Well, that's where the pickle juice comes in,
Yeah,
and it does work good. I forgot all about it, dude.
it does. There's a whole industry that sells like pickle juice
Hell
popsicles.
yeah. I see it all the time with tournaments and athletes. They
Really?
sell them packets. You go to 7-Eleven, buy a little packet of pickles with the
Yeah.
mostly, so they'll put a couple of pickle slices in it, and it's like $1 something. It's over there where they sell the boiled eggs. Matter of fact, Publix, when you're in front of their deli, they have little packets of pickle juice.
I love Publix.
Sell it everywhere.
Yeah, we don't even have them here, but I love them better than a different supermarket chain to not be named.
And they push bananas for the potassium.
So-
or cramping.
Did you get my message with we're talking about supermarkets that all day at the
Yes.
street open today?
Yes, I want to see it. I want to go.
Somebody said looks like every other one.
Well, I'm curious of what they did with like the deli and hot foods, and are they doing any of that? I doubt it. But what do they do instead? It's a big store. Aldi, probably twice the size of an Aldi.
Man, it's a big store, but we don't know how they.
Well, that's
set
what
it
I'm
up.
saying. I'm curious to see.
I want to see. I'm looking for better meats because I don't like.
I don't know that you're gonna find them there.
I don't know. It's just crazy how expensive meat is these days, and not just beef. I mean, pork. I spent. We spent
Grocery shopping the other day, and I walked out pissed off,
8 pork chops, nice pork chops, but they were like
angry.
$18.
Yeah, fucking angry.
That's what we made
Family
tonight.
pack of pork chops. That's insane.
And you don't find a lot of family packs over there, like of chicken. Like if
No.
I buy a pack, I buy a family
And
pack,
split
and
it
just
up.
split it up, freeze it, and good to go.
Multiple meals.
Buying a couple little packs just annoys the shit out of me. Dr. Harvey Kellogg was a nutter, according to Mr. Lee.
Is he English?
I don't know. Chris says supposedly cucumber is supposed to be great for hydration.
Well, there you go with pickles.
Yep. I'm just going back. Apple cider vinegar in the morning to flush my liver. I did that for a while, Mr. Lee. That's brutal. Taking a shot of that stuff. You can't do it all at once. You should do it all at once. Apple cider vinegar. Oh, that hurts.
Just going down.
Well, yeah, it's so acidic and just ugh.
Yeah.
But it's good for you. Northwood says, I will refrain from making a comment about my ex and pickle juice. Please do. Chris says, maybe that is why the pickle juice works, because of the cukes. No, it's also the
Preservatives, right?
the
Sodium.
the salt in it,
Yeah.
vinegar in it.
I mean, but the cucumbers could play a big role in it. I don't know.
Watermelon's supposed to be good too, as far as, because it's got so much water in it.
Oh, water.
But I think there's a lot of sugar in it too.
Yeah, there is.
I avoid fruits now. Certain fruits, like oranges, with too much sugar. I think I know I ate some fruits. What was it?
Cherries. Grapes.
The cherries, yeah. Grapes have a lot.
On
Apples.
Atkins
Atkins.
You
or
eat
low
apples,
carb.
usually.
No, it's keto.
Keto. Yeah, you could eat. What fruits did you eat on that?
I don't think I
He
really ate
had
much.
Occasionally,
He
you
had
had
bought some stuff, so I ate some cherries and grapes, but
apples. You did apples a couple times.
nothing regular. That was more of a
Yeah.
treat.
Yeah.
Release says, I don't eat any fruit. Yeah.
What is that word for a fruit that contains a seed or a pit? And it's pretty much global. It goes around the world, but it prefers to one word, and it prefers to something that has it's a seed or a pit. It's considered a fruit.
Vegetable.
There's a real common word for it. I forgot. We
Yeah.
were talking about
Can't be that common if I can't think of it.
Yeah.
but
I don't know.
Fruit. I mean,
Ben, Mr. Lee says, no, Ben, Dr. Kellogg was an American. Anthony Hopkins played him in a fantastic movie about his life. You can watch.
okay.
Fructose in fruit is sugar. Yes.
It is.
What else?
Anything with like toast at the end, like even lactose is like milk sugar. Sucrose is, sugar.
Yeah, it's all sugar.
Yeah.
So what else is going on? You got cramps the other day, didn't you? Well, Monday I know you got cramps, but didn't it happen later on?
Well, the next morning, I've felt it ever since. I mean, that's how bad the cramp was.
Yeah.
Trying to climb back up into the boat, but I felt sick after that. I didn't feel good, and I ate that half a Little Debbie's cream pie thing, and I felt back to normal. So I think I just depleted every bit of everything. I was so dehydrated. But I had been drinking. I drank like those 2 bottles of water in the one. I was in the water still,
Yeah.
but I drank all morning. I had a bottle of water, I had coffee. I even had like half a Powerade. I just couldn't keep up. It was so freaking hot out there.
Yeah, it's hot.
That was on Monday. Every time I tried to climb the ladder, my left leg cramped. Then before I knew it, by the 3rd or 4th time I tried to climb up, both legs were cramping. I'd have to jump back down into the water.
I
couldn't do it.
just keep feeding her bottles of water.
Yeah. Here I'm trying to hold on to the ladder to keep from being swept away in the current and drink a bottle of water at the same time.
Whereas
Not
me
very easy.
and Chris could just stand up.
Yeah.
Yes, I have a picture of Chris in the water.
He looks like he's 10 miles away.
Yeah, he stands up because what was it? He drifted off, or
No, the boat was dragging.
the boat was dragging, so I had to reset. So I came around and let more anchor line out. But before we did, we took a picture, and all you see is it's facing west, so there's no islands behind him, nothing
It's
behind
just
him.
open Gulf.
But he's standing up to his waist,
Yeah,
and it's pretty cool.
he looks so tiny. You barely tell it's somebody standing out there.
Because big part of that gulf out there in that one section is 4 feet deep, 3 feet
Shit,
deep.
if that. It's
You
like
know,
2-3 feet.
it's weird. You see, like you see him snorkeling and swimming, and then you just stand up and it's only up to your waist. It's like, damn, that's
Well, I went in without my prosthetics and I was able to stand up. That's how shallow it was.
Chris says you took my picture without authorization.
That's right. He didn't know we took a picture.
I got a video of him too.
Yeah. Yep.
Did y'all eat any of the scallops?
No, Chris got them all, and
Okay.
he wanted to give them to us, and we are like, no, dude,
No.
they're yours. was
Yeah,
only-
I got you.
I didn't even get in the water. I just wasn't that interested.
He wanted
Yeah.
to
He wanted to fish. So I just let them do their thing, and Chris was having a blast, and he found like 9 scallops, and he offered them to us. We turned it down.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, you got to try at least one. I'm like, no, I got frozen scallops in my freezer.
Right.
They're probably freezer burned by now. That's how long they've been in there.
Right.
Now they're bait.
Yeah, I bet that doesn't compare to a fresh one.
Oh no, I'm sure.
No, it was cool to see, them
It was fun. I just wish I could
swimming around in the
control
bucket.
myself in the current better.
What does a scallop shell look like?
Most shells you find on the beach. I mean,
Okay.
No,
they're
it's rounded. They're flat. They're rounded, and they have all those grooves on them.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's
Okay.
like a
Okay.
wavy all the way around.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh shit! Mr. Lee says Mel Gibson's latest interview outing Hollywood for cannibalism. Jesus.
I wouldn't doubt anything about fucking Hollywood.
Apparently, Ellen DeGeneres has Kuru disease, which you can only get it from eating human flesh.
yes.
Shocking.
You
If
know, I
true.
think Ellen DeGeneres is a beautiful, beautiful lady, but why? Why? What a waste. What a
You really
waste.
think so?
I
Yeah, I
think she
don't-
looks like a 10-year-old boy.
I know.
She's also pretty
She's never
talented.
struck me as beautiful.
No.
No.
Eh.
Hey,
Give her some
Jason,
hair,
Haircut. I don't know.
makeup, hair, makeup,
Are you sure you're talking about the same person?
probably not.
Lesbian comedian. Roger says I wouldn't put much stock in what Mel Gibson says.
Well,
Chris says smoke another one, zombie.
good.
That's
Go back and watch the interview with Mel Gibson and Joe Rogan.
It's a good interview.
It is. It really is.
So apparently Mel Gibson was interviewed by Joe Rogan, and it's a good interview. So go check that out. According to Stevie, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's he talks a lot about the corruption and the evilness of Hollywood.
I mean,
Yeah,
think
Hollywood.
about it.
Hollywood is
If you
falling
got-
apart.
If you got millions and millions of dollars and you've got everything that's physical in the world to be had, then you can't. I couldn't imagine what happens behind the scenes of true millionaires and stuff. What they do to try to look younger, to be younger,
Oh,
live longer.
Unicron.
yeah. Well, there's some pictures of people out there and videos of people that have gone too far with that shit, and now they just look like freaks.
Yeah.
What did Dolly Parton say? If it sags or drags, I clip and nip or tuck and suck and just to stay in shape. So she's had a lot of, I don't want to say augmentation. She was already naturally blessed, but I guess the rest of her body she had to augment. Mr. Lee says Ellen DeGeneres is in hiding in the English countryside.
She is.
Good for her. Bad for England.
I mean, not their worst problem.
Gary Johnson, what's up? She says, Mr. Lee, she probably spends a lot of time at the YMCA. Oh, what else? What do we got here? 15. Jamie Cotterill says Dolly Parton's kids have stretch marks around their mouths.
Oh man. Hey, hey, get back in the road. Get back in the road mode.
Well, this goddamn couillon's about to go to bed.
I
Right on.
don't blame you.
Yeah, good to talk to y'all. That'll work.
We got an hour left, so we'll be here for
All right,
a little bit.
Captain.
I'm glad you stopped by,
Ben, good to see you.
Good to see y'all. Too.
Ben. Or not see you.
Can't see me
Yeah,
either.
really.
Just
All right,
remember,
y'all.
Good
All
night.
right.
just
Have a
remember,
good night.
Captain. It only gets worse as you get older.
Yeah, I mean, I already know that. I already know, man.
Dennis was staying in Scotland. I don't know.
No, she's in England.
Reverend Wolf, VIP, what's up? He says, what are y'all up to in here?
Chilling.
Just chilling, talking about whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And all that.
And all that. Yeah, whatever comes up, that's what we talk about. All right, Ben. Can we put you backstage and
I think you already fell asleep.
did he?
I don't know.
Pleasant dreams, Ben.
You forgot to click the off button.
What do you mean?
Well, he was still there, and
Oh yeah, no, he just probably walked away.
yep. That's what I meant.
What is this background I'm seeing here?
Here, I'll show you. I'll have to put you backstage, but I'm gonna.
I believe it was.
There we go. Yeah, that was just a picture we took in the backyard.
That's a cool picture.
I live on a lake, so that's all water there, and
Yeah.
yeah, we get some good pictures back here. Good sunsets.
Beautiful sunset.
Yeah. Well, Reverend, we're I've been doing this channel has been going for about 6 years now, and it's within the Bigfoot community. WTF stands for Why the Fascination. You know, what brings everybody here all the time, and or to all the different channels that are in the community. You know, what's your story? So we have people come on, and if they have a story to tell, we want to hear it. And lately, it's more of a hangout in the past 2 years than that Bigfoot related stuff, you know. But you know, we're still into it, so hence everything is Bigfoot behind me. Here, let me move this over. A lot of great people here. Tyler 420, what's happening?
Yeah, I think that's the most attractive thing about the channel to me, is the diversity of conversations, you know.
Well, it's whatever anybody wants to talk about, basically. I might go off on a tangent for 39 seconds about politics or something, but for the most part, we don't get into politics too much. And
Well, we used to not.
used to not. No, it's every once in a while. You know, you
almost
can't help it.
it. Yeah.
It seems to be what's in the forefront these days.
You know,
Micah
they
Patrick,
say
what's up, man? Jamie says, Mr. San Antonio. That would be Mike.
Tyler says, just on my break.
Well, thank you for spending your break with us, dude. We appreciate it.
You know, they say that if you realize something is probably much bigger than what you are and what your mind could be, then you're either going to hang on to that object until your arms grow tired and you have to let go. But by that time, it could have already killed you, so you might as well let go of it to begin with and take your chances, right?
I'm still trying to process what you just said.
I mean, people get a hold of these political discussions and religious discussions and stuff, and ultimately, it there's really no ultimate outcome in a politician because they're a politician, you know. So
Yeah, but you have good politicians and bad politicians. Good politicians help. You know, they try to better the community and
Do right by the people.
absolutely. And then you have the others who just want to do right by themselves in their pocket.
And that, unfortunately, nowadays we're
Everybody
finding that's the majority.
Yes.
I mean, you got so many people that's standing on, you know, I've actually been accused of being a certain side of politics, and then I've been accused of being on the other side of politics, and I'm saying, what side? Is there an independent view inside America anymore? You know, or can we not see what goes on over there and what goes on over there and just kind of try to keep it in the middle, you know, of common sense?
Well, there lies the problem.
There's
There
a lack
lies the problem.
of
The lack of
common
common.
sense.
Yeah, it's becoming non-existent
Yeah.
in most
Common
folks
sense
nowadays.
is not common anymore.
No.
And these days, the generations that's coming up have been indoctrinated, and you can argue it, but I'll I truly believe it that they've been indoctrinated. Just fucking high school kids that can't read, and they're letting them just go ahead, you graduate, and then they go to college and get more indoctrinated. If you can barely read, how the fuck are you getting into college?
Oh yeah, it starts out there, you know.
You're just creating radicals and activists, and that's scary because they only have one way of thinking, and they don't think critically. They don't know how to.
I mean,
we're fucked in the future as well. We're not. We'll be, but It's scary what's going on.
Yeah, it started out, it starts out, and what you just said, about the schools, even guys my age can think about it and say, there was some people in high school that said, "Hey, I drive this kind of vehicle, and you don't." And then there was those people that says, "Hey, I want to ride around with that guy or that girl because of this vehicle and this static, this social media status that went on before we even had such a thing as social media on the interweb." And
Yeah,
then,
but it wasn't.
you
It
know,
was just called social status back then. There was no media involved.
yeah, and then they would get you into competition, and in some cases that's the definition of a good subject, which means that you say, okay, I like to play football, but then there's somebody driving it in your head that says, hey, it's better to win. It's better to win. We're going to win. We're going to win that championship. We're going to be grand champions of whatever. So then it's that drive behind all of that. And then now you're based on a social score. You have the social score nowadays, to, if you have a good enough score, you can go down and pay $80,000-$90,000 for a new vehicle.
You're talking about
It's awful.
what your social score? What is it called?
Yeah, it's they call it the credit score, but it's a social score. Nobody's perfect, It's sort of like people that have been landlords for a long time. First thing they'll say was, not everybody pays their rent on time every time, but at least they give it their best effort,
Sure.
So they're trying to ultimately they will try to delete mistakes. They want people to follow by a certain rule, and if you don't follow by that certain rule, you're out. It's like YouTube, if you don't follow a rule, you're out.
Yeah, there's
Freedom of
a
speech.
there's a channel I listen to, TK Talks, and there's this girl. She just talks about whatever, current affairs or just stupid people or whatever. But she did a rundown of how, like, she's in this for the money, as far as it's like a career move, and how the certain things she talks about, you can see certain things like YouTube will push more. Some things, the way she talks about it, they won't push it. It's just weird how they do that. Like, I don't give a shit if they pushed it or not, dude. But in her situation, or a lot of situations, is they want you to follow by their rules. And unfortunately, if you're in for the long haul, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, you kind of get stuck in it, the rules, which rules are rules. I can understand the levels of platforms and all of that other stuff, but then when you're considering yourself to say, okay, we do this because we like to entertain people and have open topics and discussions, that's always going to go against somebody's rules,
Yeah, but also YouTube is owned by the left. So they're very left.
Yeah.
So the whole, what's the word? I can't think of it. It's stupid.
I mean, a lot of the great a lot of the great political people that steps out in society and has something to say and a voice, and people that are going to follow along with certain agreements and what the person's trying to convey, ultimately, the higher up the ladder that that person gets, the more indoctrinated into the hierarchy they become, which means that power removes the voice, because in order to have a political stance inside what we know as government or whatever, it means that you have to go along with the rules to a certain extent, which means that it silences a lot of good people and their voices and what they really want to say and what they really know is going on. It silences that.
Yeah, but not so much here as, say, England.
Yeah, but we're not in England. And that's what
No.
I hear, Mog. It's like everybody wants to compare apples and oranges, but it's like be American, go by American rules and fundamentals. Don't judge yourself or your country based on another country.
I don't think
That's
it's
what's
judging
destroyed.
or basing. It's a caution. You see what's going on over
Yeah.
there, and you can't
Yeah.
allow that to happen
But
here.
it's going on here too.
It
That's
is,
the thing.
and and
People have to pay attention.
it's an example of what this
This
country
is
would
what's
look
going to
like
happen if
if we
we
allow
don't
it.
pay attention now.
Yes.
Like, start taking.
So I wouldn't say it as a comparison. It's a cautionary, monitoring. Watch it, see what's happening, because that will happen here if we allow it.
Yeah, it's mesmerizing.
I'm just reading some comments.
Yeah, me too.
Mr. Lee says, I'm wearing slippers and my smoking jacket.
Chris told him, asked him was he wearing his boots because shit's getting deep, and that's why he said I'm wearing slippers and my smoking jacket.
Yeah.
Reverend, it's where the hell did it go? Apparently, he's had some experience. I don't know if it's with cryptids. He says, all the giant creatures that I discovered have left me with one large question. Where is the breeding pair? Where is the other mate to these animals? I found one of each. Northwood says, this country has a major problem with enemies of the U.S. Constitution and the American way of life, trying to take over everything. True story. And they do. They do. And it's the socialists, which basically communists.
I
and
believe
then
the majority are foreigners that weren't born or raised here that want to come in and make things
their way.
But then you question, they left their country for bad reasons. You're going to come here and want to do the same. It just
No, it's bullshit.
Yeah, we don't need certain cultures inside our country. We need American culture. That's what we need.
Mr. Lee says, new fake prime minister says inner London must take their fair share of illegals now.
There goes tourism.
There goes tourism. Wow. The proper people have to get into office in order to fix this. Right now, you have such just woke whatever that they just destroy everything they touch. Right, where are we at? 22 watching, right on. Welcome to everybody that's not in chat. Good to know you're there. We can't say good to see you.
Right. Good to have you.
Have you seen where they've been kind of mocking the fearless leader there of the United States for saying, so gasoline's up to $4, but Iran's not going to have a nuclear weapon. And I'm thinking, what a damn line. $4 a gallon for gasoline has absolutely nothing to do with the military or Iran or anything. It has something to do with the oil conglomerate that took over, that just took 25% of the gross wages away from other countries and put it inside the United States in their pockets. That's what it did.
Mr. Lee says also the latest government booklet just came out on the teachings of how to treat ladies properly and respectively.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you.
I couldn't hit the microphone quick enough to turn it off. Pardon me.
So the government came out with a booklet on the teachings of how to treat ladies properly and respectively. That's crazy.
I wonder what it's about.
Yeah, I'm wondering, does it lead? Is it on the Muslim end or on the Christian side? You would think it would be on the Christian side, but who knows? Because it's two different viewpoints. They're opposite spectrums. We love and respect women. They treat them as
Property.
yeah, you know.
Northwoods, be safe. Have a good night.
Take care,
Have a good
Northwoods.
weekend, actually.
Yeah, it's upon us almost.
This week has gone by fast, but I think it's just been us. I've been so busy at work this week. It is officially my
I
busy
have to say,
season.
Oh, the booklets for illegals.
Oh,
Okay.
right on.
I have
So
Still
it's,
be
say
interested what it says.
it's written in Arabic. Sorry. What were you gonna say?
I have to say, I've been pretty much in the single solo life for about 25, 26 years now. And I got nothing against people in relationships and anything, but I do have to say that a lot of people that are married, a lot of these guys do treat their wives like they are property. They just do. They do. They absolutely do.
Yeah, they're idiots. It's just that's all there is to it. Chris says, "I'm sure they will listen," meaning the booklet.
No, yeah, sure.
Oh yeah. When all the people from Morocco invaded Spain, or the enclave of Spain in North Africa, they weren't refugees. They were military-aged men, every single one of them. There was no women. There were no children. How is that allowed? Because they opened their border, or because they offered amnesty? So then they figured they'll just bum rush the whole system. I don't understand how they allow that to happen. I don't know.
I think that
But in this country, they are doing things that are smart, as far as there's certain visas that people get, work visas, and with that visa they can bring your family over and anybody related, whatever, but they cut that shit right off now. All these N1 visas or H, whatever it is, you can't. They cut it. They stopped doing it, and that was a smart move.
So it says the UK Home Office published a 9-page guidance booklet entitled Understanding Behaviors and Expectations in the UK, a guide for asylum seekers, that outlines British laws regarding gender equality and the treatment of women. 9-page booklet. It goes on to say, it explains that men and women have equal rights under UK law. It states that women do not need permission from men from male relatives to work, study, travel, choose a spouse, or make personal life decisions. Sex and consent clarifies that both individuals must freely agree to sexual activity, that consent can be withdrawn at any time, and that having sex without consent is considered rape, including within a marriage or existing relationship. Respect in public.
I mean,
Warns against street harassment such as whistling, making kissing noises, or making unwanted sexual comments. Domestic abuse defines physical, emotional, and controlling behavior as illegal and harmful. Consequences warns that breaking these laws can result in arrest, prison time, loss of housing support, and rejected asylum claim.
Mr. Lee says the fire brigade knocked on everyone's door and told them to save your rainwater. There hasn't been any rain.
Wait, didn't somebody recently here get arrested for collecting
Over
rainwater?
there, I don't know.
I don't know
but
if it was
they've done
there or
they've
over
done it
here.
Here,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Here.
yeah. Try that shit in like Oregon or something, and those people just freak out. They think that the water is from the sky is theirs, and then once it hits the ground, it's still theirs. And
They made pictures and it's of brown people.
That's ridiculous with that water, They own the sky, they own the rain.
yeah,
They eventually they're gonna charge us for air, which they do, in a sense.
Jamie says, "What about the rainwater tax, Mr. Lee?" He said, "Jamie, we don't have that here." Yeah, I don't think there is such a tax, except, well, maybe in Idaho. I mean, in Oregon or something.
The language that they use in this booklet. In the UK, both people must say yes to sex. This is called consent.
I'm sorry. People are they're going to come here. And, what's with you shit?
It sounds like a twisted article of the Miranda rights.
And like it matters, they don't do anything anyway. They don't fucking arrest them. They don't, when the shit hits the fan, like as far as any civil wars anywhere, it's going to happen there.
Oh, there's a section that says do not photograph or film people in public.
Really?
But they do it. That's their thing. There's cameras everywhere. But they're telling people not to. In the UK, you should not take pictures or videos of someone without their permission. This includes taking pictures or videos in public spaces like streets or parks, or in private spaces like at home. Well, they go on to say sharing sexual pictures or videos of someone without their permission is a serious crime.
Should be. It is. Here too.
If you do these things, you could be arrested by the police. Not you will be, you could be.
Could be. Maybe.
This will affect your asylum support and your asylum claim.
Anything about violence in there besides towards women?
It's illegal to harass people.
Okay.
In the UK, everyone has the right to feel safe in public. You must never make sexual comments to strangers, even as a compliment. Approach someone repeatedly if they are not interested. Follow someone back or block their path. Sorry. I have to keep enlarging this. If you harass someone in public, you could be arrested. You could be.
They have to enforce it, though. Did they put the booklet out yet, or is it just about to come out? If it's out, I mean,
Oh, I just lost it. What happened?
you look in every garbage can around London, you're going to find copies of it in there.
Right.
Yeah.
What's up, David? Good to see you, man. Jamie says Canada will never run out of fresh water. There's a lot of water up there. Book is out this week. It's a good
You know,
idea, but it doesn't matter. What? 90 what?
90%. I hear this a lot, you know, like the the water that flows down into California and the water that flows into the Lake Mead and the water that
Colorado,
flows into these
River.
big, yeah, and these reservoirs, and you know, people say uh, we're running out of water. 90% of the water in those reservoirs contribute to irrigation and farming and crops and industry. 10%, 10% is only accountable for human consumption. But, you know, it's sort of like whenever Nevada invested all those millions of dollars in infrastructure, they put a water outlet in the deepest part of Lake Mead, which means it secures the water rights for people over industry. And whenever they say the lake's running low, it's because it's usually hot weather, and usually the farming industry and industrial energy is draining off the majority of the water, but the lowest point of Lake Mead goes directly into human consumption. So,
Oh,
you know,
all the major lakes are Lake Powell, Lake Mead. They're all affected. They're all low, and it's crazy.
yeah, yeah, it's
There was just a thing on where they found another body in the bottom of the lake, you know, that was uncovered.
yeah,
It's crazy. I've seen, you know, I've been on the Colorado River, and you know, I've seen the lakes at capacity. So to see pictures now of where they're at or video now is just insane. But look at the Great Salt Lake in Utah. That's drying up too.
yeah. You know, the biggest freshwater aquifers in America are up underneath those up in there, Utah, Nebraska. Well, how far south does it go? New Mexico. It's down there, but it's so low. It's like, you know, the valley in California. They've pumped so much groundwater out of there. You've seen those videos where they have the road, the bridge is lower than the water is now, where they've pumped so much groundwater out. You know, it's just caving in. You know.
Mr. Lee says the latest remote viewers have predicted by 2060 most America will be underwater. I'll be under the ground, so I'm not really worried about it.
Yeah.
Water world.
They also predict the Soviet Union will no longer exist. And it was funny. We just talked about remote viewing just before we went on the air, and how somebody remote viewed a fictitious place,
Book.
a book, yeah, a place in a book or something, and that seems like the most ridiculous thing in the world. It's a make believe place. You can't remote view it, as far as I know. Anyway. Just all these little things that we talked about earlier keep popping up.
I didn't understand that remote viewing a fictitious place.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. Guys, what do we have left?
25 minutes.
25 minutes. Link is in chat. Now it is. Anybody else wants to pop in? Say what's up. Feel free.
There it
Oops,
is.
excuse me. What else? Gonna be another hot one tomorrow.
Woohoo.
What was the very best part of your day that you can remember?
around 1:45, I was out on the dock. My boat had just come back, and me and my friend Chris were standing out there in the rain, and the wind was blowing, and it was the temperature just dropped completely. And just standing out on the dock felt amazing. So that was the best part of my day.
Right on.
Best part of my day was waking up.
There you go.
Mine was
You know,
finding some aspirins because I picked something up, somehow twisted my back a little bit, strained something in my upper vertebrates, and I found some aspirin, and then I realized my arms are not aching anymore, my fingers are not tingling, and then I got to reading the medical, and I was like, oh no, but there was no associated heart pain or chest pain with it. So then I read some more stuff, and I put my body in a certain position to relieve the muscles and stuff, and believe it or not, it worked. It just worked. So
Right on. It's good to feel relief every once in a while.
heck yeah.
yeah.
Jamie says Joe McDonald, McMonigle, remote viewed Mars 12 million years ago. That doesn't make sense. Let's go back. How can you remote view that long ago?
I don't know.
Jamie was excited about the bowel movement he had today.
Nice.
So, right on.
Well,
Again, it's that moment of relief, you know.
Oh yeah.
So, Mr. Lee says a squirrel came into my living room at 6 a.m. this morning and scared the shit out of me. Girlfriend had to get rid of it.
I bet.
He was hiding in a closet somewhere.
That's awesome.
The best part of relieving yourself is if you have cold chills, when you're doing it. So I mean, that.
Okay.
Just had to go so bad that you had cold chills when you were doing it.
One more time, I'm going to put the link in chat. Mike says squirrel homicide. No, I'm sure she got it out alive.
Maybe.
Mr. Lee says it's funny. I did think of sharing guys squirrel stew. Yeah, like I said, there's squirrels down here. We just don't see them too much because there's so many cats.
I see them all day long at work.
Yeah, but those squirrels are like little ninjas.
Yeah, this is true.
Or squirrels at work, they'll like steal food from people and, just be complete pests.
I hate to throw it off. I hate to throw it off in the ditch, but
Then why?
you do. You know how to eat a frog, don't you?
How?
You put one leg over your right ear and one leg over your left ear. So it's been said. We talked about food the other night. But we didn't talk about the bullfrogs, and frog legs and stuff. Boy, there's a restaurant that serves a bucket of frog legs, which is pretty good.
Really? I haven't had I had frog frog legs once, and it was in like a Chinese buffet, so those were questionable. I want to go to like somewhere that makes them properly, you know, and try
Yeah.
them.
Oh, they're pretty good. You know, they actually do taste more like chicken than anything else. It tastes like a chicken leg that's made with all white meat, you know. So I mean, it's a different flavor, but it's a really good thing. I like frog legs.
Oh, I'm sure I'd like them. I want them made properly, you know, fresh and
Yeah.
I like the fresh.
I don't hear very much. I don't hear very much out of people anymore, like frog gigging. When I was a young guy, we would actually go to some good clear water at night and frog gig, you
At the
know,
spotlight.
go frog gigging. Yeah,
Yeah, they still do it down here somewhere. I don't know. I don't do it. But they also they gig for flounder too down here. Go out on I don't know where. I know they do it. Where did we see it on that video? I think it was somewhere in Florida, and they just walk around in the shallows with spotlight and a gig,
yeah,
and they get some nice flounder.
yeah. If you're brave enough, we used to do that. We would call it. We would go wading. We would get waders on. I didn't wear waders, but you know, and go gigging fish. You'd be amazed at how many fish you can get at night just by going with a gig pole instead of a fishing pole, you know,
Mm-hmm.
in shallow water.
Yeah, I've never really got into that gigging, and that's just due to opportunity. Like I wasn't introduced to it as a young age. At a young, you know, I fished and crabbed, and I was always around water when I was a kid, and gigging wasn't part of it.
Yeah, I still got a couple of good crab traps and crawdad traps and stuff, you know. I don't use them, but like we was talking about, you know, the knowledge behind it, you know, sure means a
Yeah,
lot.
if you had to, you know, you could. I haven't seen the chat move in minutes.
I've been on a kick here lately, Mog. I went down and got some really good. They were organic walnuts, and they were shelled. The lady shelled them, and then I put them in a grinder, uh, like a coffee grinder. I have a grinder, and I make like a tea with them, and
All
it's
right.
really good. Yeah,
Well, out
it's
of all the
really
nuts,
healthy.
walnuts are the best for you.
Yeah, and uh, the Native Americans inside the country and everywhere else on the planet used to make nut tea, you know, just make tea, or it's sort of like some people would drink a hot chocolate, but you do it with walnuts and different varieties of nuts. And it's really that's the way the Native Americans stayed healthy during the winter months and stuff, was to drink that stuff.
Oh, they knew what they were doing, you know, as far as the local herbs and medicines, and a lot of that shit's been lost. I
Yeah.
mean, it's coming back. People are, you know, getting more and more into it, but that was a way of life for them. That was all they knew. You know, with us, it's a fucking trend.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, it's like that place over in Japan where everybody in that little town or village gets really old, and it's based on the foods and stuff that they eat every day and consume, you know.
Sure. Yeah, they get the centurions over there, 100+ years old. I thought they called it tea. Bagging boom. Not sure what that means. Chris is laughing because he goes, nut tea. Yeah. Not that kind of tea bagging, Chris.
I got a book somewhere in a box on a shelf in a closet somewhere it's all of the sustainable wild nutrition in the United States, and then in my general area on, people be amazed, you can get plants that contain nicotine, you can get plants that contain vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, naturally. It all comes from right out there in the woods,
No, I wish I knew more about, that aspect of, plants, the whole medicinal purposes, and just recognizing them. Like I can point out poison ivy. That's about it. Don't go over there.
What's that? You can get you can get an app for your phone that whenever you take a picture of a certain plant, it tells you exactly what that plant is.
You just need
Yeah.
Google. You do Google the little camera on the end of your Google search. You can take a picture of anything and it'll bring up what it is. I use it all the time at work for plants and such
Yeah.
trees. You know,
Right on.
yeah, it works. That's how I found the bitter melon outside my office in a bush.
And plants for ayahuasca too. True. Although the
I mean,
whole
I know-
ayahuasca thing, it takes two parts. It's two separate plants, if I'm not mistaken.
I know some people that can just tell you what plants are right off the top of their damn
Oh, I
head, and
work
I'm
with-
thinking,
There's a few of the guys that I work with. I work in parks, and
yeah,
like, my one maintenance guy, you can point at anything that's growing out there and he'll tell you what it is.
Huh.
Insects too. I mean, you see some weird critters out there and he knows. I test him. He'll say a name and I'll look it up and I'm like, how do you know that? I mean, he's been out there for 30 years. So
We
that
got this random plant growing out of a brick next to the lake.
the picture,
And I said, "Oh, that's portulaca." You're like, "What?"
yeah, I was like, what the fuck? How do you know that? It's just stupid.
Portulaca. I mean, that's what it was. That's what it still is. It's still growing. I know a little bit, but I couldn't tell you milk thistle from stinging nettle. Couldn't.
But the guy Mike that I work with, he can tell you. You point at any plant, anything growing out there, he'll tell you the name of it. And he doesn't just know the name; he'll tell you everything about it, everything that there is to know about it.
Put this up.
Yeah,
Everyone
you
will-
just kind of in the back of your head just want to say, "Why are you so smart, asshole?"
I've got stories. People today are so bent on convenience they forgot how to do things conventionally. It's true.
100%. So I had this guy come into the office yesterday, and I've got a 4-year-old poinsettia sitting on my file cabinet near the back window of the office. It was given to me Christmas 4 years ago, and you have a poinsettia that's growing inside, 4 years old. It's not going to look like a poinsettia.
No.
They're not red anymore. They grow kind of thin branches. It almost looks like a tree or a small bush in a sense. Guy comes in and was dead set on, you need to water that thing. I'm like, I wanted to tell him, you need to mind your own business. There's a thing called Google. Look it up. I'm like, leave my plant alone, please. Just leave it alone. Water it once a week and it's thriving. 4 years old. It's not gonna have red leaves. You know, they don't grow red leaves. I
It
like
probably looked a little wilted or something, and he was
it's
like,
thin. It's a thin plant. It is, but you're not gonna get it much better than that.
Jamie, I think it was Jamie said he spent his 23rd birthday in Japan. I was joining a tanker and dry dock in wherever, a small city across the bay from Kobe. They built all of Japan's World War II warships there. Massive shipyard. I heard Japan's pretty cool.
I worked on for 6 months, just a little bit further west than the Bering Sea entrance on a fish processing ship that was owned by Japanese.
Oh,
I
really?
was a maintenance. Yeah, I was a maintenance guy aboard that thing, man, and it was just huge, huge. It was a big boat.
Wow, that's cool.
They would take all the fish, and most of the varieties of fish that they would bring on board, they would process it into a fish patty, you know, and then they would serve it up to the fine folks at the McDonald's restaurants inside the United States in that fish patty.
What was the main fish you were catching?
Name it. Just
Oh, it
name
wasn't.
Mom.
It wasn't like
Yeah.
a season specific. They just over the rail and in the pail.
Yeah, pretty much. And then a lot of the Asian culture, and I won't go into that, but my dad loves to hear me talk about it. But I spent years inside Asia, Russia, Ukraine, and places, and the Asian culture has a tendency to take all of their fish, no matter what kind of fish it is, and they boil them up. They turn them into a fish paste. They turn them into a fish patty, and they throw them in a wok. You know, so I mean, a fish is a fish, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, we're more of we don't do that normally, unless we do make fish cakes and crab cakes, and so
Yeah,
oh.
and then
But in that situation, it's like, oh, we're gonna go have some halibut tonight, or we're gonna go have some salmon tonight. It's just, well,
Yeah.
we have to do fish. Okay.
Yeah. They do the same thing with crustaceans. You know, they do that. There's certain things that swim in the ocean and in the rivers over there that shoot, they eat everything that pretty much swims and moves. You know, that's the fact of life. They don't waste anything.
Well, where are we?
I forget how many metric tons of food there is inside the United States that just goes to spoil and goes to the landfills daily. I don't
Yeah,
even,
no, that's a sad fact. I don't know what the number is, but it's too high no matter what it is.
yeah, you watch those. I watch those dumpster diving videos every once in a while where these people go behind stores and stuff, and
Sure.
they find all of these foods and crackers and cakes and stuff that these industries just toss out, you know, just toss it out.
Write it off as a loss. That's it.
They still
Shame.
have, do they still have bread stores and stuff down around you folks? You know, where it's just a store that sells this bread products from the bakery that makes it.
Absolutely. It's like Hostess or Nature Zone, or we have them here.
Yeah.
There's one probably 4 miles from here. I've never been.
It used to be the best thing when I was a kid. They they had bread stores to where, I mean, if you were not rich like we were when I was a kid, I mean, you could go in there and buy really good stuff for a nickel a piece. You know,
Sure.
a big ass brownie for 5 cents, 10 cents. You know.
Yeah, but back then, as a kid, 5 cents or 10 cents was a lot of money.
Oh yeah. I remember the day. I remember far enough back to where I could go in a store, buy a 16-ounce returnable bottle soda and a Hershey's candy bar for 25 cents in most stores.
Yeah, most of my experiences when I was a kid were in the 70s. You know,
Yeah.
all the 70s. So everything was cheap. I remember the penny bubble gum, and you know that same bubble gum today is like $1.
Yeah.
Not more.
A lot of the stores when I was a kid, they sold candy by the pound. You had to buy the pound. You had to buy a quarter pound or a half pound.
Sure.
It was all by the pound. And then they had the Brock's. Everybody knows the Brock's candy displays that sell it by the pound. I think they're still around.
Yeah. Reverend, it said not tying fishing skills, hunting skills, the skills that will save your life. Also, the ability to detach from material possessions.
Yeah.
I have all those, well, skills like hunting and fishing.
Right.
Materialistic shit, I really don't give a fuck about. It's convenient while I got it. Can't take it with you, but I don't need everything. I don't need, can't have everything. Where would you put it?
Yeah.
We are. What's that?
I think.
In the late 70s, I'd get my allowance, and at $20 got me a 24 beer and a pack of cigarettes. And that's in Canada. $20 for
Yeah,
24-pound case of beer. Yeah.
They had this place when I was a teenager. They had a place called Dolly Dimper's Bar and Lounge, and you could go in the entryway of it and get away with it, but they had a cigarette machine out there, and you could walk in there with 2 big shanty quarters and put 50 cents in that cigarette machine and pull the lever, and it would spit you out a pack of Marlboro for 50 cents. You know.
I wasn't smoking when they were that cheap.
Yeah. And the canned version of the Prince Albert, and then they had Bugler and Kite, and they had all the cigarette tobacco then, but it was only like 10 and 15 cents a pack. It was just dirt cheap.
Those were the days.
Yeah, and the rolling papers.
Go ahead.
The rolling papers most of the rolling papers back then didn't have a glue strip on them either, so you just had to keep licking it, to smoke it.
Keep it together.
Mr. Lee says medication time.
Yes, it is. It's that
Medication
time. We're
time.
gonna say goodnight. I want to thank you for hanging out. Huh?
Those were the days. Mr. Mogg and Miss Stevie and everybody out there. Appreciated the time and the entertainment and the knowledge.
We appreciate you as well.
Thanks for hanging out.
Absolutely. So have a wonderful evening. And,
You guys do the same.
All right, man. We'll catch you next time. Have a good night. Right on.
That went by quick.
Yeah, it did go by very quick.
Thank God. I'm tired.
Hey,
I'm
go to bed.
I will.
Say good night. Go to bed.
Good night, y'all. No, I want everybody to have a good weekend and be safe and stay cool and
Be careful with those severe storms out there, because I'm sure they'll pop up more this week.
Be good to yourself, like you always say.
Take care of yourself. Well, first let's not jump.
No, I'm saying be good.
Hit that like and subscribe and all that other stuff, and
Comment.
leave comments. Now I'll go back and check if there were any on Tuesday.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking that.
But we'll see you on Tuesday. You guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much. We love you.
We do.
Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Peace and God bless.